warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good evening, everyone. And how's your life? You should be okay, right? So
I'm good.
today, tonight, we are in conversation. We will talk about the recommendations for interesting books or podcasts that you know. But before that, let me introduce myself first. My name is Ochad. You can address me Ochad. And I'm from Lamongan, East Java in Indonesia. So please to Miss Adiba to introduce yourself. Hello, Miss Adiba. Hello, Adiba. Could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Adiba. I'm from East Java, exactly in Jember, Indonesia, and I'm student. And I'm student. I'm college student.
Halo, Assalamualaikum.
Halo, Waalaikumsalam, Mr. Andi.
Yes, could you introduce yourself first and give your perspective and recommendation for the good or interesting books and podcasts according to you?
So it's books and podcasts. Is it right?
Yeah, but try to introduce yourself first.
Sorry. I didn't hear that. Sorry. Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Giovanni Asandi, but you can call me Afan. I am fresh graduate from Sharif Datullah Islamic State University. I live in South Tangerang, and my hobby is playing video game, and then a little bit maybe like reading book, and then jogging, sport, and then what else? That's it.
What's your subject about in your campus before?
You mean my major?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my major is international relation.
Oh wow, interesting. So give your perspective about or recommendation for the books and podcasts.
For the book, I guess it's maybe some of you know the book title. It's a philosophy teras by Henry Manipiring. It's about stoicism that teaches us about. Well, actually, I was reading the fourth chapter of it, and I haven't finished the book. But I think I like this part that makes me interested with this book. It's the part that talks about dichotomy of control. So it's like if we translate it to Indonesia, is a dichotomy kendali. So in this life, we have to realize that there are two main things. One of them is the things that you can control and the things that you cannot control. So we have to focus with the thing that we can control. So we will not be like anxious, and then we feel like sad, and we overthink that. Overthinking is a problem of main society right now, I think, because mainly is for our era or generation, like Gen Z or millennial, right? So I think this book is good, and actually I just read that part, but I like it so much because it teaches me how to be focused on the things that we can control. Like the things that we can control is firstly is ourselves, so our mind, ourselves, and just focus on ourselves first. So, and the thing that we cannot control is just like wait, I forgot. It's like the weather, like the condition outside. I mean, like external condition. We can like control the response of the other person or other people that maybe it's bad for us, but the thing that we can control is how do we respond and how do we react with it. So I think it's really good part when we know that actually in this life we have to focus on the things that we can control, and we have to realize that there's a lot of things sometimes that is not based on our expectation. So the reality versus expectation versus expectation, and then it doesn't become reality. But we have to know, we have to realize it that well, it's life, So we have to be like, and Islam maybe in Islam like we have to be like sincere, ikhlas, and then we have to give our best, do our best in this life, and pray to God, pray to Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, and of course, we always be grateful with everything. So it's almost like mindfulness too. In this book, it also teaches us about mindfulness, but I think like mindfulness actually it also taught in Islam, right? And like when we pray, when we do performing salah, it's we like being solemnly praying to God. It's also mindfulness, but when we attract that to the real life, so we have to be focused and solemn, and we can be like what we want to achieve, and we have to focus with the things that we can control. So I think that's the point that's very important for us, and we can take the lesson from it and the moral story. I guess this for the book and for the podcast. Actually, to be honest, frankly, I don't really watch often about like podcasts actually, but I think the popular podcast that I know is just like Deddy Corbuzier and then Helmi Yahya. What's the name? Helmi Yahya. Helmi Berbicara, or the name I forgot the channel name, but it's Helmi Yahya, brother of Tanto Yahya. The Tanto Yahya became ambassador of New Zealand, Indonesia to New Zealand, and Helmi Yahya, he's a what's his profession? I know is right now he is in PSI, right? Political party, and then the podcast is like actually this one like maybe David Goggins. Actually, I don't follow the podcast as a consistently or routine, but I just know it as a brief, and then I just watch like the things that I like, and then like there was this is not podcast actually, but I know that David Goggins is just like motivator, and there was a time that there was an event. I watched this in YouTube, and this only like 5 minutes video. There was a young man. He is 26 years old, and then he asked to David Goggins, and then he asked like this: "I'm not disciplined, and I want to change my life. So how can I like make a big change in my life?" And then David Goggins say, "And how the fuck am I supposed to help you?" Like said like that, and then that kid is just like he realized that he has to be like self-determined and be disciplined like that. So I think we have to like to realize that we have our own potential and we have to be disciplined. So that's the moral message from David Goggins, I think. Well, I think that's all from me.
Wow, okay.
What's your name, sir?
So, I'm Roshad. You can call me Ochad here. You can address me Ochad or Roshad, up to you. But if you call me Ochad.
I can't hear it clearly actually. It's Ochad.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
address me on that or
Yeah.
on chat.
Ochad.
Okay, thank you, Akan. Yeah, it's so interesting books and also the podcast. I can hear it about improving as time, but let's talk more after the other speaker here, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay, now next to Son. Hello, Son. Don't you hear me? Son? Hello? Son? Are you there? Oh, Adi. Yes, Son. Adiba? Hello, Adiba? Okay, Adiba. So, go ahead. About this title. What are your recommendation books and podcasts?
If about because I like reading from Alfi Zahrin. And if you know Alfi Zahrin,
Alfie,
yeah, Alfi Zahrin. Maybe I think the most favorite book that Alfi Zahrin read is Insecurity is My Middle Name and also Loneliness is My Best Friend. It is very nice for me because in that I don't know, I like the way he write. It's not about the novel like self development like that. The book is like the self development. So he like not I mean like talking in the writing like that. So when I read this book, so I feel like fall in love with this book because it is meaningful. And so the best book for me is London is My Best Friend because in that there is like sometimes when we having a friend, sometimes there is like I think everyone have the word people come and go, right?
People come in you.
People come and go. I think everyone heard about this word.
That is book or the
People
podcast?
come and people. No, book.
Who's the author?
Alfi Zahrin.
Oh, I didn't hear before. Yeah, it's a recommendation for right.
Yeah, he has many books and also like she also doing like podcast like that, but I seldom to hear it because it is just available in Spotify like that, so I never listen it. But that is my favorite book. I think maybe for me like. For a college student, I think maybe who have like problem with their friend or something like that, because that is like I think everyone know about people come and go. So within that, so when we having a friend, sometimes there is when we like close with our friend like that, and our friend like go away and they do something more time like that, and we feel like lonely. But it is just this like situation like this. So I think we don't need to like expect too much to our friend like that. So yeah, I learned from that. And about podcast, actually I random to listen a podcast from Deddy Kobusha or Deddy Sumargo and also Aditya Dika, but I ever listen from Raditya Dika. It's about stoicism and also, but I forget the title. But it is the speaker is Scatter. it's about how to, I don't know how to speak in English, like pengasuhan anak in sekolah like that.
Any else about the podcast?
Kok hilang? Halo?
Hello. Yeah, we can
hello?
hear you.
Okay. Wait, I will change to my data first. Wait. Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello. Yeah.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. And about the podcast, I like Raditya Dika the most because he is so funny. And also, yeah, and the speaker that he invites sometimes like meaningful, like from, I don't know the name, but there is two speaker for me like favorite. It is about the topic about stoicism and also about like parenting like that. And in the stoicism, if I'm not mistaken, but I forgot the name of the speaker. But in there, sometimes we always like expect too much about things, but in stoicism we like to learn how to manage our expectation like that. And the best part that I like is when we like dream of something and we try hard to get this thing, but sometimes the result is not like that. Not what we expected. So we don't need to like sad, or we don't need to be like, oh my god, you don't need to feel like I'm stupid, I'm not. No, but because in the education we like, because I learned to in my college, because I learned like for example like that about education. And in there also like we learn how to respect, like how to respect about the process without expecting the result like that, because the result is just from God and we cannot control it. So yeah, that's it. And about parenting in this with, actually it is yesterday. It is, if I remember the speaker, it is from that Jimmy. If you know it, if you like play TikTok, I think you know it is also a skater.
Jimmy?
And Jimmy, Dr. Jimmy. Do you know?
Sorry, I didn't know about that.
He is a skater and also the. And yesterday there is like a podcast about like a parent. Usually, and I just know that in that psychology like that, if like what to like give a high a volume to the children, it make a broken mental like that. So I think in Indonesia we having like parent like this, like, so yeah, I learned from that. So but yeah, sometimes you have to maybe learn how to be a good parent.
It's podcast or not? Jimmy. Because that you say it's content of podcast or something. It's like information or education or
Yeah, education like this. Actually, there is like something actually like random, but there is one question from Raditya Dika about parenting like that, because like there is some like Indonesian people like mom like that, when they angry to the children, they feel like they should and they doing like bad bad word, something like that. So in that I learned that it is not really loved. But and I just know it's not loved like that. So oh my god, it is like a new for me because being people live like that time.
Oh yeah. Well, so thank you for Ediba. We can continue after the conversation after this maybe. We can move to another. Thank you, Ediba.
For sure.
Sean, hello Sean. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Sean. Could you give your perspective and recommendation books and podcast?
I don't have any books that I've read, but I can recommend any podcasts. But I'll send them in the group, but I'll talk about them just for a bit. So what I can say is I can start with this one where they talk about like how society treats people with disabilities, like different types of disabilities. So that one you can find it on Spotify, on YouTube, and on Apple Podcast. Also on YouTube Music, you can even find it because on Google Podcast, can't find it anymore. So it's called Aaron's Opinion TV. That's where you can find it. But it's called Aaron's Opinion TV. But on other platforms, it's just Aaron's Opinion. So you can find that there on the platform. Yeah, Aaron's Opinion. Yeah, it's AARONS. Yeah. And then you have as well, there's another one that I can say I regularly watch, which is a South African podcast, which is Podcast and Chill. That airs from Monday, I think it's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, sometimes on Fridays as well. It airs like around these times, around like 3 p.m. And then also on its network, there's another one called Popcorn and Cheese, where they just make jokes on that one. So it plays every Wednesdays around this time as well. So yeah, but there are a lot of podcasts that I can say I looked at, and then there's another one. Yeah, there's more. There's more. But there's one more. Yeah, there's one more I want to share with you guys. It's called A Different Way of Seeing. So that one, obviously, they also talk about people who are in the disability community. So actually, I was meant to be in that, or I'm meant to be there in the as an interviewee as well. So I don't know how long they're going to be respond to me, but yeah. So that podcast as well, you find it as well on. I think it's on it's on someone's website, but I'll find it for you guys. Yeah, I'll find it for you, and then you can just click on the podcast section, and then you will find all the episodes that are there. So those are the podcasts that I can say I can literally recommend to you guys.
Yeah, I'm so interested about the people with disabilities because my research next time is we'll talk about the point the people with disabilities. So yeah, I'm so happy about when you said this recommendations podcast. So thank you for sound this recommendation.
Fine. Yeah.
Do you know Indonesia is home to 1.7 million people with disabilities? So yeah.
Say again?
Indonesia is home to around 27 people with disabilities.
Oh, okay. Yeah, some of them, I am friends with them. Some of them, not all of them. Some of them I'm friends with them. I can say I talk to them on WhatsApp. Some of them I find them in different groups. Just I can mention names. So yeah, so that's one thing I can say on that, because like I've met a lot of people like in the last I can say 2 to 3 years already.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Sir?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Sean. Maybe we can talk more again after this. We can move to another
Yeah, no.
segment, right?
Yeah, we can do so.
Okay. So, what about Firdaus? Hello, Firdaus.
Hello.
Are you in a quiet place?
Yeah, I'm home now.
Okay. Where are you last time? In a carnival?
No, I was in a food place. I was buying a food to eat.
Okay. So, go ahead about this topic. What your recommendation books and your recommendation podcast for us? And why?
Okay. Okay, actually, I barely hear or listen to the podcast. But yeah, recently I have read some books, but actually it's just a novel. And I am right now reading a book named Psychology of Money. I think it's the best book. I'm in the middle of the way to read the book, not till the end. So that I can deduce from the book about the book of Psychology of Money that I can share is as I know, actually money is not from what you see. It's from your attitude, how you spend the money, how you save the money, how you expend the money. For example, like if you are rich, you are able to do everything you want. For example, like you are able to buy anything you want. You are able to make your house like a castle, as big as you want. But you have to be prepared about your future. I know it might be impossible. You will be poor, but you have to be in that moment. Just imagine if you are poor, what would you do? Yeah, preparation. That's the point. And actually, the book compare between the rich and there were two people who were rich. I don't remember the name of them. First one, he is rich. He is really really rich, and people know from his house, his transportations, bikes, cars, and he always went to the outside, to the abroad, to travel around the world. And the first one, he was rich as well, but he doesn't show to people that he is rich. He keeps it to himself. He worked as a penyapu jalanan and as a in SPBU. even though even though his job were not that good, were not that the same as the first rich person, he was actually rich. And at the end of the story, the first rich people who had traveled around the world, that people actually know that he was truly rich. One day he broke. He lost his house, his cars. He sold his house to pay the debt. And now he lived in a small house because he didn't prepare the worst situation. And we go back to the second person, like his job were perjalanan and SPBU. One day he died, and he left his treasures to his son and share to the or donate to those people who are in needed. It's about $7 million, if I'm not mistaken. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, so the point, yeah,
It's a big amount.
yeah, that's a big amount. Actually, that's so far different from the real reach that people know, people see it, and from the 7 million that person had $7 million. Actually, didn't look so rich. His appearance, his clothes is not that doesn't describe like a rich people. So the point is, do not use your money. Actually, it's okay to use your money, but you have to prepare to the worst situation. So I think it's more about saving and investation. I think that's the point of the book. But I still don't read the book till the end. It's still in the middle of the way. So I think there are a lot of stories I haven't known about the book yet. I think that's all, Kak.
Oh, wow. And what about the podcast that you were creating?
Oh, podcast. What is it? Podcast which people talk to each other, or just when people talk to the watchers?
I think the people, maybe two people love each other, or more than two people.
Oh no, I think it's not podcast. I don't watch podcast. I think.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come again?
So, what about the podcast that in your definitions last time?
Actually, yeah, as you explained before, that podcast is a person talks to other people or another person. Yeah, I always watch a video actually, but it's not podcast I think, because he or she talks to the camera, like she talks to the viewers or the watchers.
Oh, it's another podcast.
Yeah.
So you never watched the podcast before?
I barely watch podcast actually, Kak.
Okay, so let's talk about the books last time, about the psychology of money. Have you ever reached that app for that?
Yeah, Kak.
Have you ever read people reach that for that? The title is reach that for that.
Oh, I see. I have heard of it, but I haven't read about it yet.
So I think it's similar with your story last time about the rich man and the poor man last time. It's all about invest. It's about how to manage the money. So what is how to weigh and to maintain our money in the psychology of money? How we can maintain it?
Maintain the money. In the book said we have to do investigation